I'm telling you it's like that because that's what you just said. You see all these hearts? These are the men saying that's what it's like. Y'all don't seem to understand what y'all say. I'll be a single mother working hard by myself, but it's hard. But if I get a man, he needs to come in and make all this go away because I can do bad all by
But that's
myself.
not what I'm saying, though. That's what you are saying,
Ma'am,
Kevin. That is not what I'm
check
saying,
that shit,
sir.
check that shit.
Sir, that is not what I'm
Check
saying.
that shit.
Because you're trying to speak
Check
for
that.
me,
No,
and that's
no,
not what
no,
I'm
no, no, no. I'm
saying.
saying
That's not what
exact.
I'm
First off,
saying.
don't overtalk me. Ma'am, don't get mad. Don't get upset
I'm
because,
not mad. I'm
well,
laughing because
you're
you're very
laughing.
funny.
Well, no, what's funny
Like,
is,
you're very funny.
no, what's funny is you thinking that half a million make $250,000. What's funny is women like you honestly thinking your reality is real. I don't think any of this is funny at all. I think it's fucking sad, honestly. And when you get upset when I'm sitting down going through the numbers, and I don't care if you don't like the way I put it, the math is the math. You said you don't want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant. Did you work while you were pregnant with your first child?
It's
Did
not.
you
I
work to
don't.
pay? Did you work to pay? Did you
Can I?
work? Did you answer my? No, you can answer my question. You can speak. Did you work when you were pregnant with your first child?
I did not.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not work.
Go
So
ahead.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that I want a man to come in and like take care of me. I like to work. I like to work just as hard, and I want to support my man as well. And at the end of the day, like me having a child, if a man chooses to come into my life and marry me with my child, that's his decision. That's because that's what he wanted to do, and that's just what we have agreed on. Like, yeah, I understand. Like, what man is gonna, I mean, not what man, but a man would prefer to, have a woman that does not have a child and, probably is doing this and probably can do this for herself, and why not? But I mean, I can do very good for myself, very well for myself, and like come into a man's life and provide a great lifestyle as well and be a good supportive woman towards my man without having to take so much from him. We can like do it together. Like, I'm not looking for no man to come and take care of me or nothing like that. Like, I'm gonna
Okay,
work just
man.
as
Okay, you start.
hard.
Okay, man. Okay, you're starting to repeat yourself, man. All that you just said, and I'm gonna go to a very simple thing: 10%. You and all the words you just said want to be responsible for 10% of $300,000. 10%. That ain't no damn support.
So what do you think that
10%. No, 10%. And you need to listen. You're responsible for 100% today. And you don't make that kind of money. You want a husband, and you want a husband to elevate your lifestyle. You don't want to keep the lifestyle. You want it to be elevated. You want to be able to travel internationally and visit your family and all this other kind of stuff.
we want to
Fine.
elevate each other's lifestyles in
But
different
somebody
ways,
has to pay for it.
but we can both pay for it.
Huh?
So,
You
like,
can't.
you
You
just
cannot. No, ma'am. Please. You can't if you're only responsible for 10%.
okay.
That's what I'm talking.
Okay.
That's what all the men are saying. See, because what ladies like you don't like to hear is what are you bringing to the table that is so special that a man needs to pay such a high price for? You're talking about 1 out of 100 men. Do you know the amount of women that want that man? Do you know what the competition is? And at your age with a child, it is exceedingly rare. This is why I said this whole thing at the beginning. I wish everybody's trying to sing Sierra's prayer and looking for Russell Wilson. Why can't you just get an average man?
Yeah, and that's fine with me too. An average
How
man,
much is an
I have
average
a
man? How
problem
much
with
is an
that.
average man? How much does an average man earn in this country?
Oh shit. Here we go again.
I would like I would say it just depends. Like,
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
That number is the same. It doesn't depend. That number is the same. What does an average man in this country earn?
So what is an average man?
Ma'am, based upon earnings.
I would say maybe between like 70 to 100,000.
Time out, time out, time out, time out. And this is why men are leaving women like alone. Because this what, man, due respect, you just said you thought 50% of men made $250,000 or more when you don't make that.
I mean, my man
Stop,
could be
ma'am.
wrong.
Stop. You're
No,
very
I'm just
wrong.
coming up with
Stop,
numbers
ma'am.
at the
But
top of my
no,
head.
you pulling, and that's the problem. You are a 30-year-old woman with a child, and you're pulling numbers out of the air like a kid. You should know this stuff because these are the men that you're going to have to deal with if you want to get what it is you say you want. The average man in this country, the average black man in this country earns right at $41,000 a year. The average white man earns 52. And you're saying
Oh,
70, listen, you're saying 70 to 100, split the difference as 85. That is the top 15% of men. So this is the problem. Women like yourself go out into the world thinking that men are making all this damn money. And when you find a man who is an average man, then their money ain't enough. Then you think you should get a man over here. And these men over here who are making the top 15% of men, they don't want men with pre-made families. They want to make their own
so
because they know they're in
I'm
demand.
50,000. So I guess I'm an average lady. So I need to look for the same thing.
Well, duh.
You're a baby mama, yeah.
Okay.
You're a baby mama with a permanent makeup business. No disrespect, but that it's not. You're not going to be up for the Nobel Peace Prize. What makes you special other than you're cute?
Nobody said that.
That's my point.
Saying that's
My
what you're
point.
saying. Nobody
My
said that.
so
That's
I'm
you're saying
saying
all of this
I
stuff.
am saying
Saying.
that an average man is only in this generation. An average man is an insult, and 50, 70 years ago, pretty women, cute women were with average, hardworking factory men every day.
Mm-hmm.
But today, women who are adjustable sixes, I give you an adjustable six. That's cute to pretty. But you got to knock off something for the kid and the weight, but still adjustable six adjustable six. Y'all, you ladies, not just you, but women seem to think as they get older and more experienced that their value increases and it
It
decreases.
decreases, and I understand
You
that.
so if your child's father, you said you didn't get with him because he cheated, okay. But if he was earning the kind of money you're talking about, I've said it before and I'll say it again, you don't tend to get higher than your baby daddy. Now, would you honestly date a man who was making $25 an hour or $21 an hour?
I personally wouldn't because I make more than that. So I wouldn't want that. You know, it's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, I'm shutting that down for anybody else. It's just like for me personally because, I do make, I'm not, I'm able to
This is why I have zero sympathy for women like you who will find yourself at the end of life out of money. I hope you find a bench or a nice tent to live in.
me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, what happens to people in life when
Why
they
would you
have
wish
no
that on
money?
somebody though? Like
Well,
not
I'll tell
a
you why. I'll tell you
why would
why.
you wish
Excuse
for
me.
someone
I'll
to
tell you.
live in
I
a
will tell you
why
why.
no, excuse
Don't
me. Why would
overfucking
you
talk me.
excuse
Bitch,
me,
what
why
is
would
your
you wish
problem?
for
Don't know.
somebody to
See,
live in
this
a
is what I'm
bench?
telling you. Because your stupid ass thinks you're better than you are. That's why. I say I'm tired of you average ass basic baby mamas think you can take a shit on average men because you can tattoo some eyebrows on somebody's head. Lazy broad, laying on your back. Talk about it's not good enough for me. I earn more than that. You're a permanent makeup artist. Act them talking like you. Are you going to have your money for retirement? No. All right. Then who's going to pay for it? My unfortunate ass child. That's my retirement plan. So just like men, if a man was as reckless as you are, man, and said, nope, I'm not going to make enough to retire on, and you were ignorant enough to try to go through this life from here to there by yourself, living at your means, you get what the outcome you got. That's why I said, I don't hope they bail you ladies out. They don't bail the men out. When men run out of money, they go to the street. And see, that's the reality. So many women are banking on the fact that the government is going to bail them out, which is by extension, the very average men that you didn't give us the time of day, you want those average men to still bail you out in the form of government. From the men to you ladies, that's what the men say.